Good morning. I got a live stream coming sometime today. It is 4:51 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, December the 11th, 2022. Been a little bit under the weather, but we back. Terrence Crawford, about 5 hours ago, less than 5 hours ago, defeated David Avanesyan. This dude right here, 29-4-1 with 17 KOs. In the fight that, if I'm being honest, like, these are the type of fights that make me not even want to cover the sport anymore. If you haven't noticed, I haven't really been on my game in boxing for a few weeks. I've been doing some things in the background, as I'm doing some rebranding. But overall, man, it's like we were supposed to get Spence versus Crawford. Now, everyone has their different opinions on why the fight's not happening. Me personally, I'm like, the A side, it's up to them to make the fight. And Terrence Crawford is making $10 million for fighting David Avanesyan. Can you blame him? When on the PBC side, from what we know, there was no guarantee. Like, it's just, boxing's a mess. I don't like getting into all the bullshit, but I knew that PBC was going to make shit hard for Bud. I knew it. Like, just my personal opinion. Let's see what he said last night.
Well, like I told you before.
Let me turn this up. See what's going on. My bad. I can't hear it myself. I got this new computer, and it's not easy when you're transferring shit
to the body
from one computer to the other.
An effect on them,
it takes time.
Well, like I told you before, I was touching him to the body. I seen that was having an effect on him. He had a high guard, and I started picking up the pace. More punches and bunches, and I seen the opening, I took it, and the rest is history.
Here's the knockout in the 6th round of David Avanesyan. Put him down. That's actually when I woke up. I woke up like a round before this. Like, laid him out, but he was supposed to. Like, think about it like this. He fought a guy he's beat leftovers. He beat Aglidas Kavalaskis as a mandatory. They fought back in 2019. Kavalaskis had beat Avanesyan back in 2018. I covered when Kavalaskis also fought Lamont Peterson and Shane Mosley. I remember that fight, the Shane Mosley fight. Retired his ass. Or was it Mundine that retired him? I don't remember. I forgot. But anyway, now let me go check. Forgive me, it's a little early. On my background, I was trying to get it on my screen, but my capture card is not capturing my cable box. So I have it on in the background. I'm going to listen to the post-fight interview. But overall, it was a good production. That's what I really wanted to see for $39.99. It's definitely just not a pay-per-view. And we all know that the shit's going to flop. But overall, depending on, they had to know. This had to be like an experiment. They had to know, this pay-per-view wasn't going to do too well. It was Avanesyan. They had to kind of know, right? But, if they had the money to throw around, then why not test it out to try to lure other fighters in? They do got Adrian Broner, too. Adrian Broner was there looking fat as shit. But hey, it is what it is. As long as he, healthy, I've just lost fucking 50 pounds myself. I actually hit the 50-pound mark today, from 298 to 248. I got on a scale this morning. I was 248, like 0.7. It's crazy. Since the beginning of August, so I was working my ass off, man. I stopped drinking soda and like all that shit. But how you guys doing, man? I want to show you guys something. Which is one of the reasons why I've been rebranding. People been giving me a lot of shit. We still talking about boxing. Don't get me wrong. Errol Spence was in another car accident. I haven't been really following the boxing news. But look, check this out. I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys, man. Check that out. Look at that. 100,000 subscribers. Funny enough, a lot of people don't know that this is my 3rd channel. I started on YouTube back at the end of 2010 on a channel called Into the Arena. I left that channel in 2016 when I started this channel, Fight View 360, T Street Controversy. So on that channel, when I left, it was 48,000 subscribers. And I have 100 here. So basically, you know, about 148. So people was like, man, you should have been to 100,000 subscribers a long time ago. Technically, I have. But it was spread across another channel. I didn't start here. Like, I have a whole bunch of content from when I first started on YouTube that you've never seen before. Because he still has it and it's blocked. But anyway. Terrence Crawford is round number 6. I guess I can fucking fast forward. So my bad. I did buy the pay-per-view and I did purchase the Rigas Prograde pay-per-view. And I did watch the Tiafimo fight. So basically I was laying over in the man cave, you know, on the couch. I've been a little under the weather. And I did watch all of the fights, but I didn't do a live video because for one, I have a brand new setup. Like super powerful PC, everything fully brand new. And I haven't gotten everything to where, you know, I need it to be. You know, like, for example, I don't have access to my my cable box on here. Like normally I would have, you know, you would be able to see, you know, like my cable, which is where I watch the fights. So, but anyway, you know, it is what it is. But it was a nice solid day of boxing. You know, I watched all these joints. Look, there it is. It's crazy, right? So, you know, a part of me, you know, with what Terrence Crawford has been saying about PBC and kind of revealing like some of their business practices, it's, you know, they're likely going to make it more difficult for him when he comes back. But it's a fight that has to be made. And if you want my honest opinion, I don't think Al Heyman never really wanted that fight. He never really wanted the Pacquiao fight. Remember what had to happen? You know, executives had to get involved and like, yo, we're not letting Floyd leave without giving us that fight. Now, from a business standpoint, is Crawford thinking like, yo, let me fight, you know, and get this money. So therefore I can say, listen, I made 10 million in my last fight, you know, as a business tactic. But, you know, at the end of the day, the shit shouldn't have been on pay-per-view. But we know why it's the 10 million, you know? So I'm smart enough to know, and I've been covering boxing long enough to know, is that's why it's on pay-per-view. You know, and I can't be mad at Crawford for getting that payday. And you know what? This is something that does happen with PBC fighters too, is that, you know, they are assets to the company. And a lot of times they miss out on a lot of, how many boxers have we heard from that side that, you know, turned down a lot of money? Because apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, BLK, I keep saying Black Prime. It just feels like Black Prime. BLK Prime offered 25 and 25 for 25 million apiece for Spence and Crawford. But Spence, of course, can't take it. But if you think about it, Spence versus Crawford, and Crawford even hinted at it and knows that it's not $1 million pay-per-view buy fight. You know, I'm going to say 800K tops. You know, that's just my opinion. I think that's a little on the high end. You know, anytime Errol Spence and him got fire sticks, they're streaming the sport that they're in, multimillionaires. You know, it's easy to stream these fights. They be in high definition, bro. You know, like high definition. But as far as who I think will win, it's still a 50-50 fight. You know, he beat Ugas. That was it. See, I needed to see certain things from Spence. That's just me. I needed to see some certain things, you know, because going into that fight, I'm like, you know, I'm favoring Crawford. But dude, you know, you have like fighters who are special talents. You know, you have good fighters, but then you have fighters who are special talents. You know, and Errol Spence, in my opinion, he's a special talent. You know, Terrence Crawford, they are special talents. You know, and just look at this resume alone. We already know why he did the Mikey Garcia fight, but Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, your Dennis Ugas, you know, Wild damn near fucking getting ejected from a vehicle, you know, in between, you know. So we already knew the plan and you know, was for PBC and Al Heyman to build him up to be like that star, you know, to be the A side over anyone he comes up against. That's the business. You can't be mad at that. You know, but I knew, you know, looking at the landscape and covering, you know, all of their fights, I'm like, yo, Al Heyman is not going to give Terrence Crawford a bone. You know, some shit had to go down for even Sean Porter to be able to go over there, you know, to Top Rank. But overall, though, Terrence Crawford looked a little big in there, too. You know, I wonder what he comes into the ring as. About 160 maybe? 158? He puts on 10 pounds maybe? But BOK Prime's got to do better with their social media.
Wherever the sky take me, you know, I'm willing and able to do business with whoever. They
need like a proper PR, like, you know, firm that can really spread the reach.
You know, BOK, you know, they was kind enough and blessed me with the opportunity of bringing another fight back to Omaha, Nebraska, and I appreciate them for that. And you know, who knows if they bring me another offer or something that me and my team agree upon. You know, of course, you know, we're gonna entertain it. If other fighters in the welterweight division is free and we can do business and it makes sense, then that's what we're gonna do.
Y'all think he done with the Spence fight? Some people think he is. He like, fuck it, I'm going to just make this money. But I ain't gonna lie, they both need each other. It ain't no situation where they can be like, you know what, we don't need him, we moving on. Because what's he gonna do? He wants to keep fighting. Still, technically, PBC, you know, or that side or whoever's affiliated with them still control the division, the 147-pound division. You know, he's got some bad blood with Top Rank in there, you know, the 140-pound division for guys who wouldn't move up. 154, Jamel Charlo is the undisputed champion. So politically, you know, and you think that PBC don't know this? Like he needs them. You know, because they can find fights for Spence. You know, even though it's always going to be that looming shadow of like, damn, man, you need to fight motherfucking Bud Crawford. But anyway, let me get up out of here, man. Oh, no, wait. Avanesyan's about to get knocked out. I wonder if you can hear it in the background. Let me fast forward. I just want to hear. I didn't get a chance to hear the post-fight interview. I don't expect for it to be anything crazy. Let me see if y'all can hear this. But yeah, thanks for watching. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. And no, I'm not right-wing and I'm not spreading conspiracy theories. Gosh, I started doing a little bit of extra content, sharing my thoughts, and people calling me all kind of motherfucking conspiracy theorists and shit. It's like, what's up with you, man? I'm still the same person. Let me see if I can do it this way.
Knocked off the rust against the and of course, it would be a tennis club for fighting if he didn't have the way he ended. Let's go into the ring. Mikaela Florence is with the champ. There's Crawford. I think the entire city of Nevada just erupted after that knockout shot in the 6th round. Talk about the finish. What were you seeing in that 6th round? It didn't seem like you even hit him with your full power, but you just hit him on the button. How did that finish come about?
Well, I was just warming up in the earlier rounds, and my coach told me, you know what I mean, I can sit down there, and you know what I mean, if I'm comfortable, you know, and pick my shots. And, you know, I started picking up the pace, planting my feet, and I caught him with a hook.
Was there anything that he did that surprised you in his approach and his game plan? And did you have to make any adjustments throughout, or was this kind of according to plan?
No, we actually knew what he was going to bring to the table. We knew he was going to go back and forth from orthodox to southpaw. We knew he was going to try to counter. We knew he was going to pressure me. And, you know, everything else is history.
This was your 10th straight knockout. You have had numerous title defenses. You're arguably the pound for pound. Many think you're the pound for pound fighter in the world. How important was it for you to return to your hometown of Omaha and do this fight here?
Well, like I said, it's always important for me to get back to the city of Omaha because the Omaha has given me so much joy, a boost, in different states. And you know, I wear Omaha proudly on my trunks. They support me everywhere I go, and it ain't right if I don't bring it back and support them like they support me.
Well, you hear the crowd, they certainly support you. You represent them well. They call you your hometown hero. Now that you scored the knockout, what does the future hold? The All Boxing World's waiting. It's Spence next.
Well, listen, I'm a free agent. You know, like I said before, you know, this is a one-fight deal. You know, hopefully you know, we can go to the drawing board and these big fights come about in the near future.
Terrence Crawford, congratulations on defending your title once again here in Omaha. Any last words for your hometown fans here?
Hey, Omaha, I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all for coming out and showing support. It means I love y'all dearly, you know, and I hope all y'all enjoyed your time tonight, you know, of some good boxing. Now let's go out, let's go have fun, let's go party.
So, I think that he's going to fight Keith Thurman, meaning Errol Spence, next. And then these guys are going to have to revisit the table and fight what? Psh, now we're looking at summer, maybe late summer. You know, they got to find a date. You know, so I'm just hope that they're getting it done, man. I'm trying to remain optimistic, but both sides got some bullshit with them. For example, how could Terrence Crawford say, and I'm glad I'm remembering to bring this up, how could Terrence Crawford say that he feels the fight would do well in the UK? Like, what is this? Like, what the fuck is going on out here, man? Like, no, this is an American fight. This is not, you know, it's an American fight. Simple as that. I'm tired of this mess. Like, this is one of the reasons I can tell you, if I'm being honest, this is kind of like the fight that broke me, that it didn't get made. And I was like, you know what? I'm really pissed off. I've been pissed off at boxing for about a good few months now, you know, like, so I think this was the one. Anyway, I'm going to be back, man. We're going to be still covering boxing. We ain't going nowhere. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe, and teach True Controversy with 5v360.